The MMA world, and Dana White in particular, has reacted to Khamzat Chimaev's surprising challenge during his post-fight interview. Let's just say, Dana didn't seem too thrilled about it.
Get my money. Dana, send my money, brother. I'm waiting for that war and that shit belt. And that shit belt. What belt is important for my country?
Give us your takeaway of it. And did you see before this fight that being the possible way it was going to play out?
No. The lead up to this fight, I said, I bet the main event is the fight of the night. Didn't see that coming, but not shocked either. I mean, you go in and dominate the way that he dominated. If you can do it the first round, one like you can do it the second and throughout the rest of the fight.
There was a time, and it was in the promos leading up to this fight, you said Khamzat was special, one of the most special guys you've ever seen. Do you think he's lived up to that yet, or does he still have a little ways to go because he's been a bit more inactive since
the night on when we were on Fight Island, he said, I want to fight next Saturday. Ever since then, the guy's been a rocket ship, and obviously is
After completely outclassing Dricus du Plessis at UFC 319, Khamzat Chimaev didn't use his mic time to celebrate. Instead, he made a direct demand to UFC President Dana White, calling for immediate payment and insisting he deserved what he called a real championship belt. For many fans, this moment didn't land the way Chimaev might have hoped. His tone seemed cold and joyless, as if he wasn't even happy to be there. Some viewers felt the comments came off as entitled or even disrespectful, especially given the magnitude of the WINAS for Dana White. His reaction said more than any words could. He looked clearly irritated. And it didn't take long for the MMA community to respond, many calling out Chimaev for what they saw as a lack of gratitude and professionalism. Instead of soaking in the moment, he appeared frustrated and disconnected. And this isn't an isolated incident. Chimaev has been making headlines more for his words than his fights lately.
He looks like a nice guy, but he's kind of psychopathic.
Oh, he's a full psychopath.
Khamzat, you are proven to be a problem for everybody you're in the octagon with. Who would you like to see next when you step into the octagon?
Everybody. I come here for everybody. Kill everybody. I'm the champ. I'm the king. Kill everyone. Ah!
Give me the guns. I'm gonna shoot the Engano.
Hey, this is Chechen, motherfucker. Shut up, guys. And I'll fuck you boy up. I'm fucking backstage as well. Woo!
Just a few days earlier, Chimaev stirred more controversy by publicly dismissing Joe Rogan, stating he had absolutely no interest in ever going on Rogan's podcast. According to Chimaev, MMA media figures like Rogan ask the same recycled, provocative questions, and he's simply not interested in playing along. He made it clear, he's here for the money, and for the biggest paydays, period. This blunt attitude has split the MMA world. Some fans applaud his honesty, saying he's real, raw, and unwilling to fake a persona to please the media. But others see it differently. They view his comments as arrogant and disrespectful, especially toward a platform like Rogan's that has elevated the careers of so many fighters. Still, no matter how people feel about his post-fight comments, there's one thing no one can argue with: what Chimaev did inside the octagon.
Everybody's laughing and say, yeah, Dricus was exposed. I'm a bad loser. Dricus is a bad loser. It's going to take whatever it takes for us to get back that belt back ASAP. It's not going to be a long story.
That said, a boring fight is a casual. Now, Chimaev, everyone knew the first round was going to play that. What we didn't expect was Chimaev's ability to do that for 25 minutes. That was mind-blowing. He is the most purest build I've ever seen. He put all his stat points in rest.
Kind of overlooked. They didn't take it that serious. They felt, okay, if we survive one, we're good. But to get to, you got to survive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you just couldn't do it.
Again, I thought that was going to be, it was a car crash, but Jared's just such a tough dude. He's durable. So he was able to survive the onslaught. And MVP, even in the third round, when he got taken down, he was still able to defend himself and make sure he wasn't taken advantage of. But yeah, the first 2 rounds, MVP just showed.
To overlook.
It is.
And
oh, it's the best one. Kamaru Usman says Dricus du Plessis' team overlooked Khamzat's strengths and paid the price. He explains that they think surviving one round is enough, but against Khamzat, you have to survive all 5, and they simply cannot. Usman points out that Dricus spends 3 of those rounds stuck in a crucifix with no way out, showing the massive difference in styles and how unprepared his team really is.
They kind of overlooked, they didn't take it that serious. They felt, okay, if we survive one, we're good. But you got to survive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you just couldn't do it. I mean, he was crucified, I think 3 out of the 5 rounds. Crucified and had no answer for it. Like, it was almost like, I don't know how to get out of here. Like that. And everything is working because in your mind, you're wanting resistance. Resistance is how you gauge how much output I need to put out. You know, but if everything is going right, you can't gauge how much output to put out. You're just like, maybe you might try to finish in that first round, then you get up second round, you're like, whoa, I can't even lift my arms. Why am I so tired?
So like this level at championship fights, this level of control, man, we just saw someone get crucifixed for like 15 minutes. Like, how can you be a fan of the sport?
Chimaev absolutely dismantled Dricus du Plessis at UFC 319. He dragged him into deep waters, dominated the grappling exchanges, and controlled nearly every aspect of the fight. From the opening bell to the final moment, he proved exactly why so many see him as one of the most dangerous contenders in the sport. His performance was a masterclass in pressure and control, leaving no doubt that he's in line for a title shot soon. But despite the flawless showing, the aftermath has created tension in the division. Now the big questions begin. What's next for Chimaev? Who will he face next? And will the UFC be willing to reward a fighter who's so openly frustrated with the organization?
Even in the 5th round, yeah, okay, the pace slowed a little bit, and that was why Dricus was able to stop some takedowns. But this is the 5th round of an MMA fight where Khamzat had been dominating the whole time, forcing Dricus du Plessis to carry his weight, forcing Dricus to try and use energy to get back to his feet, and ultimately forcing Dricus to just be led on his back, spread eagled in a crucifix, taking shots to the face and just defending. I'm not going to sit here and criticize Dricus du Plessis. I think he's an incredible fighter and a great champion, and he very well may be back. But right now we are living in the era of Khamzat Chimaev, and I'm telling you right now, and just like Dean Thomas said, this will be a disaster with Khamzat Chimaev as the champion. I don't mean because of what Dean Thomas said. Dean Thomas was like, he isn't going to be able to fight too frequently. He struggles to get visas and stuff like that. No, when I say this is a disaster, it's a disaster for the division. Because from what I see there, ain't nobody, apart from Ranier de Ridder, ain't nobody beating him. Ranier de Ridder is the only guy that has a shot because of the jiu-jitsu, because of the skills that he has off his back, okay? And it was a really good point from Dean Thomas again on commentary. He's talked about Gilbert Burns when he fought Khamzat Chimaev, because he had a very dangerous guard. He was forcing Chimaev to work. Even though he was on top, he was having to fight to keep his position. He was having to fight to maintain the control and even backed out a couple of times. Ranier de Ridder is probably the only guy that could do that. Yeah, of course, Sean Strickland's come out. Sean Strickland saying, "No, look, listen, I'm the only guy that can beat him. Here's the thing, guys." And of course, he's going to do that. Of course, he's going to say that. He's going to insert himself into the conversation just like everybody does. But honestly, I think even Ranier de Ridder is going to have a really, really tough time. This is going to be probably a very long and dominant reign in the middleweight division. And I don't think we've ever seen a dominant wrestler like Khamzat Chimaev in the middleweight division. Typically, it's been strikers. I mean, look at Israel Adesanya, look at Anderson Silva, Rich Franklin. I mean, the list goes on. Yeah, we had Chris Weidman. He was a very good wrestler, defended the belt a few times, to be fair, but still. So yeah, Khamzat Chimaev went out there, dominated the fight. And yeah, there was a couple of rounds that could have been 10-8 rounds. And I put that on Twitter, and that caused a bit of a shitstorm because people don't know how to judge. I went to a seminar and it said, look, listen, there's 3 Ds. Damage, duration, and dominance, okay? He was very dominant. He controlled the duration of the fight. And yeah, okay, he didn't necessarily do a lot of damage. But a 10-9 he scored when When everything else is even, the 3Ds, damage, duration, and dominance, when they're all even, then you look at other things. If one fighter lands one extra shot, that becomes a 10-9 round to the fighter that landed the extra shot.
People are saying RDR is the next fight for you guys. You wouldn't be interested in a potential contender if you had to fight a contender next?
Look, I'll rather, I'll be honest with you, instead of spending time to prepare for going to another fight camp to prepare for RDR, I would rather spend that time to fix the problem that we've got and then go into a camp. So I won't just take a fight because fights are available. I want to fix this problem because we're going to face Khamzat and I want to destroy him this time. And I know it sounds easy, man.
So we go for that. What is the money? I go for that, man. So I like money more.
What's this moment like for you, the calm after? There was a lot of storm this week. Press conference and intense face-offs at the weigh-ins and intensity right up to the start of the fight. What is it like now for you, Khamzat?
Like I said, like normal fights. I didn't take like this fight something so crazy thing. So he's a human like everyone else. So I knew I cannot take the guy down, control. I was surprised he didn't get to his neck. So like Usman, I think he did that good job in the camp. So the guys did really good job. I usually get whatever I want, get in the ground, you know. So a lot of submission grip. I did all 8 years, so every day, 5 days a week, grappling, you know. So I think.
To his credit, Drake has never gave up on himself. He continued to believe that he was going to eventually get Khamzat and win the fight. But as the rounds went on, you saw that even though Drake has a championships mindset, it wasn't going to matter. Chimaev was just too driven. He looked like he was in tremendous shape. If there was a knock that Chimaev had no cardio, that's been proven wrong. Now, as Rogan said, he didn't really use as much energy because he was controlling him the whole time. But all of that takes a ton of energy. Chimaev was able to secure, maybe like 11 of 13 takedowns. He had over, Sean Barnett, the head coach at Michigan, texted me and said that Chimaev had over 20 minutes of control time and he had 15 minutes in a crucifix. It was very impressive by Chimaev. Chimaev just did exactly what he wanted to do. His pace, his pressure, his control, his cardio, everything looked on point tonight. He looked more prepared than he's ever been in his entire career. And his whole career has been impressive. So it's pure dominance, man. The bookies were right. They knew, and Khamzat Chimaev proved them right 10 times over. And for Dracus, he goes back into a division full of sharks.
Well, right. He's got 3 former champions on the ledger, does Du Plessis, right? Adesanya Strickland and Robert Whittaker. But now when you look at this division owned by Khamzat Chimaev, there are a lot of guys who can really grapple, Joe, at the top of that division. So some exciting fights beckon in the future.
Absolutely. Rainier de Ritter in particular, given his ability to grapple on the ground. And, and also his ability to land shots standing, particularly that knee that he lands.
That knee is nasty. His experience.
He throws those combinations with that long lead-in knee.
And then there's the bigger picture. Chimaev's growing refusal to engage with traditional media. From brushing off interviewers to openly stating he only cares about money. It's clear he's not playing the PR game. That raises real questions about how this will impact his popularity over time. Will fans continue to support him if he keeps turning his back on the media circuit? Or will he eventually face the same backlash that other fighters have when they distance themselves from the UFC spotlight? Right now, one thing is certain. Khamzat Chimaev is in a unique and possibly risky position. His talent is undeniable. His dominance in the cage is clear. But his recent behavior has sparked debate about his mindset, his gratitude, and even his long-term relationship with the UFC. Dana White isn't pleased. The fan base is split. And once again, Chimaev finds himself at the center of controversy in the fight world.